Mr. Cooper tonight. You know I'm hanging with Mr. Cooper for life. Yeah.
Another episode with Hanging with Mr. Cooper.
It's a beautiful day here in Houston, and Amy and I are on our way to pick up Rick Mason from the Hobby Airport. And whenever Rick and I get together, it's always laughter and fun. But this is going to be a very emotional trip for him. So this weekend has been an amazing weekend just to be able to have Rick Mason come and experience a place where he almost lost his life, but he found his life at the same time. It's been 32 years since he's been here. I think it's just been a great weekend in its totality of healing, restoration, and celebration at the same time.
How you doing? All right. Making okay? Yes, I am.
What's up, man?
How you feeling?
I'm doing good, man. What about you?
Safe travels, man. We made it.
How does it feel to be back in Houston?
Hey, I thought it was 27 years. It's 32 years, man. 1990.
32 years.
I had to go back and do the math, man.
Wow.
Yeah.
So Rick has arrived, and I'm always giving him breath mints, so he decided he would bring me some, even though my breath doesn't stink. But I took it anyway.
What's up, man? What's up? Beautiful day, man. Beautiful day.
So this is, of course, Hanging with Mr. Cooper, the show, but I guess today it'll be more like Hanging with Rick Mason. So we're gonna do a walk down memory lane. So Amy and Rick are hashing it out about this cryptocurrency. If you don't want to be a cryptocurrency millionaire, a Bitcoin millionaire, that's him. I'm not begging nobody.
I did not say I wasn't gonna do it. I said I'm thinking about it. But being that you're my big brother, I mean, just for a moment.
You too, my brother from another mother. And speaking of those mints, he really needs to use them for himself at this point. God, he's killing me in this.
That's what I was convinced on yesterday when we were talking over the phone that I might try to invest into this. And Amy made a statement about I probably have more invested in my shoes than it would take to invest in the crypto now.
Did you say kryptonite?
You probably have more money invested in your shoes.
It's rich. What you call it?
You called it good footage.
Oh, good footage.
Rick
Yes.
is back to his old ways of dressing, I see, without the gold teeth.
Tooth. I keep telling you, tooth.
You just had one, I guess.
Just one. I only could afford one.
So now we're arriving at Zaza. It's an upscale restaurant that Uncle Larry and Aunt Janice had their reception at. And I'm introducing them to my co-producer of Hanging with Mr. Cooper, the reality show. I've already told him about Rick, so it should be interesting.
Trying to show me you got sharp shades too. That's what you're doing? Huh?
That's Ralph. Elf.
How y'all doing?
Oh, let me introduce you all. Uncle Larry, Aunt Janice. This is Rick Mason, co-producer.
How you doing? All right, man. Uncle Larry. All right. 18. How about already? You? Yeah, already. Oh, yeah. I love this, man. Yeah.
There was about an hour-long wait, and we didn't have reservation, but the general manager recognized hanging with Mr. Cooper, and she made special accommodations for us, so we didn't have to wait.
Nice to meet you. You gotta say it.
Taking care of
us.
Isn't she beautiful? She's absolutely beautiful, and she's taking real good care of us. And, thank you. Thank you. You too. Thank you. So we're visiting Rick's place of Janice, we're visiting Rick's place where he got shot 32 years ago. So he wanted to know should he change outfits. Tell him about 32 years ago.
Okay, 32 years ago, I left Columbus, Mississippi. Coming to Houston with family members, Lorenzo Mars and Kathy Mars. And they gave me an opportunity to see another side of the world, should I say. So I came here and found my way, but I thought I found my way, but I didn't find my way because a tragic accident took place, and we're going to view that place today where I got shot at in the neck, and I had this scar here. Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. I actually have a hole in the back of my neck.
I remember seeing that on the video because you talked about your scar.
Yes, ma'am.
And you mentioned about the hole at the back of your neck.
Yes, ma'am. And to be able to still talk for a living, and that's what I do for a living, you know.
And I'm helping him talk without splitting verbs and trying to get his grammar. Wait, hold on, Auntie. Go ahead.
Tell him it's just a Mississippian. It's okay.
And I am who I am. I'm not acting right now. I'm being me. But just coming here, getting prepared, it brought on an emotional moment itself. And again, we plan to go view the place that everything took place. And it's horrific.
Where did it take place?
It happened on Ranchester and Bel Air. At the time, it was called the Pier. It was a strip of complexes and different things of that nature. And we were walking, having a conversation. Again, my friends were Spanish, or should I say Mexican at the time, and we were very close. And the tragic situation just took place for a misunderstanding. But the bullet was meant for me, but it just wasn't my time to go. And I can recall it laying on the ground, thinking that my arm was shot, but my whole body, the left side, was numb. So that there just frightened me. But when I picked up my arm, I can only remember saying, "Thank you, Jesus, for just allowing me to still be here from laying on that ground on that particular day." Okay, well, here's the thing. I want to call you Mom now already, but yeah, Auntie, it wasn't about a good side or a bad side. These were actually my friends. And again, this was a freak accident that took place. And you think all African Americans look alike, should I say, Mexican and Spanish people, they look way more out of the box, alike each other than we do. And what's that big word, Chad?
The African diaspora?
Yeah, that word.
What was transpiring? What were y'all doing? Just
We were
talking?
having down through the neighborhood or whatever you want to call it. And we were all together. Again, I don't speak fluently enough Spanish that I could understand or they could understand what I was saying.
Or English either.
Or English to Chad's point of view. But my question to him was, what did you say, Jose? What did you say? And on that third, what did you say? His cousin, who had just came across the border, I would say, with no green card, da-da-da. He freaked out. He panicked. Because I was doing this. And on that third, what? That's when I seen real stars and real fire. Like literally. If they had been any further away from me, it would have torn up everything. But being at the distance from me and Amy, when he shot, it was straight. One day, you know, because the county hospital, they
They know how to
stitch
get
you up and get you on that, especially when you don't have money to pay them.
That's why they have been taught.
Yes, thank God for Ben Talk and the nurses.
But the good thing about Ben Talk is that it was such a trauma hospital
Yes.
that even policemen that got shot did not stay there long.
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
Oh no, that's where they used to take the police.
So you understand what I'm saying?
Oh yeah, we're familiar with that.
Right.
Because obviously he wouldn't even know what they look like.
Because all of them pretty much look alike. Yeah. So Amy, you're lucky. So not too many people look like you.
Right. I mean, even among white people, I am.
Oh, Amy's gonna do the prayer. What a beautiful lunch with Uncle Larry and Aunt Janice meeting Rick. Now it's time to go to the next stop with Rick. Now, what's funny is a lot of Rick Mason's friends that live in Columbus, Mississippi, out of all places, are actually in Houston this weekend. And so they watch Hanging with Mr. Cooper, and they wanted to meet me and, of course, see Rick. So we stopped by this restaurant. I'm thinking it's a restaurant, all but to find out that it's a club. And I'm not a club goer. I don't know anything about hookah or any of that kind of stuff, but I'm going to go and meet these fans and give them some love, because I'm not about just church, I'm about kingdom. And so my thing is, you can be who you are, whether you're in the church or whether you're in a club. You still be you, and let your light so shine so that men may see your good work. But Rick kind of cuts loose on the dance floor.
Yeah, right there. The glass is, it's two glass ones, but the one on the left is a Texaco. One time for those ladies out of Mississippi in the building, make some noise. GTA, hanging with Mr. Cooper. We don't go live, y'all. Mississippi was hanging. Sunny late night.
GTA in H-Town, Houston. Hanging with Mr.
Peace.
Beautiful people, but I did not know that I was going into a club. OMG. Now it's time to go to the spot where Rick was shot 32 years ago. I'm sure it's going to be a very emotional experience for him, because he's not visited that spot since the time that he got shot. So it's a point of healing as well for him.
Man, just sitting here, right here where it happened at. Well, I got shot here in Houston, Texas, 32 years ago, right here in this very section, on this sidewalk, man. Blood right here, on the ground, laid out, left for dead, man. Shouts out to Stingray and Booger T of the Harlem Heat. Back in the days, they were security guards who helped save my life, who rode in the ambulance with me, who said, Rick, don't close your eyes. It's gonna be all right, with a bullet hanging out the back of my neck, right here on this very street, Ranchester and Bel Air here in Houston, Texas.
So they never found the guy that shot Rick, but at least he can put closure on this. And the blessing is that he's still alive to tell it, and he's doing good. He's been telling me about this for a while, so I'm glad I got a chance to experience this moment with him.
But God, blessings. 32 years later.
Now it's time to go and get prepared for church tomorrow as we visit a few churches to promote Justice on Trial that's coming to Houston in June. I'm here worshiping with Pastor Livingston here at Jones United Methodist Church. This guy is an amazing preacher, teacher in the ministry. It's just such a quality place. Everything is just wonderful. And I feel the anointing. I feel God here.
And he's in town promoting that play. I invite now Pastor Chad Lawson Cooper, Senior Pastor. Pastor Cooper, please come.
We connected right off from the bat, and I just thank God for his gracious hospitality. And I'm happy to be here. So I bring you greetings from New York City, from the Chad Cooper Company on Broadway, as well as Great Faith Entertainment.
We also visited R.J. Matthews' church. He and his wife are wonderful at doing ministry and kingdom work. And he's been a friend of Rick's for all of his life. And he's been such a great host today. So we ended up having dinner with him in his private quarters. He looks so much like Kevin Hart. And just good synergy, and he's doing big things. So to end the day off, it's just been a wonderful day. It's time to get rest because next week I'm going to be in New York, and we're going to go behind the scenes at the Chad Cooper Company on Broadway and Great Faith Entertainment offices, where I'm training my soon to be 15-year-old, he's 14 now, Caleb Ethan Cooper, how to do different aspects of the business.
We thank you, oh God, that you have called us in this moment. Today we pray. Amen. Somebody shout.
For Rick Mason and his connectivity within this circle, and Rick is doing some amazing things. He's really matured over the years, and very proud of him and the things that he's doing, and that you guys are still connected after so many years. I know he gave you your first opportunity.
Yeah, for sure. Sitting down, interviewing with him, he's always supported every project I've ever done and given us media opportunity. There are times he would pass by, me and my church would be in the streets just evangelize. He's like, why you ain't call me, Pastor? I'd have been out here. He's always been that way, and I appreciate him. Let me tell you, I mean, it's always great to see people you've known along the journey doing well.
That's right.
And to me, as best you can, you should value all those relationships.
That's
Listen,
right.
No matter where you go in life, it's a compilation of people that have empowered you and impacted you to help you get to where you are.
That's
and I just never forget it.
But when I met Rick 14, almost 15 years ago, I don't know how we've stayed connected over those many years, but we've never missed a year.
Wow.
And you couldn't have told me 14 years later he would be co-producing Hanging with Mr. Cooper.
Wow.
So, that's just the kind of God we serve.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Peace.
Rick is at my uncle and aunt's house here in Houston. I finally let him come.
So, I'm working this weekend, meeting people, doing stuff for Justice on Trial, the brand, working on the movie Family Mess, pre-production, also working on another project in New Orleans. That's going to be a really exciting project that's going to run about 3 times a day once we get it up and going. And I get this disturbing message that a pastor out of Chicago, Chris Harris, has come up against a project that Harry Lennox, my business partner, is spearheading. And of course, I'm a part of that project as well, where we're building a theater, a community almost of some sorts, not just a theater, but housing, training programs or training centers will be housed in that property in Chicago to help children that are on the south side of Chicago do better, learn better, mentorship, And Chris Harris has some type of mental illness program where he wants to do counseling for the Chicago community. And the state awarded Harry or a company $26 million to help with this $80 million project that will literally change the face of that community for the better. And so this pastor, we got to stop fighting each other. We have to stop fighting each other. This pastor comes against the whole program because he didn't get the money that he wanted, which was $50 million that he was seeking for a mental health facility. He's not a trained psychologist. He's not a psychiatrist. If you already have a building, you can still do mental health services in your building. But when we see this kind of negativity among ourselves within the African American diaspora, it's very, very disappointing and discouraging.
I'm a little upset with all these resources they're passing out to everybody else. They decided to make a building within stone's throw away. A building they want to make a theater. As soon as you leave out, I want you to leave out and go to college and make a left and go north. And there's a building that has Harry Lennox's picture on it. And they want to make that out of a theater. And in this year's budget, they gave him $26 million to make a theater. While our children are sorely vexed. While our folks are in the midst of workforce development needs for training so they can build their own community and stop letting all these other folks come in and build for us and give black people the flag to hold the stop sign. To hell with that. We're gonna go over there and shut that mess down.
Chris Harris wanted the state to award him something. But see, here's the thing. You never get jealous of what God does for somebody else. Because if it's not your time yet, it doesn't mean that it's not going to ever be your turn. But we have to stop fighting each other within the African diaspora and start celebrating each other. You know, it's very discouraging when I see us as black people in particularly fighting each other over things we should be supporting each other on. I was sitting in church last Sunday. I got a message somebody put on my wall on Facebook. I see most of your posts are braggadocious in their opinion, but if you got it, flaunt it. And I was like, well, how disrespectful that was to write that on my post. I've since talked to the person and they've assured me that they meant no harm. But we got to be careful how we say things and relate things, because I'm never going to brag, but what I will do is testify and tell of the goodness of God. You were not there when I was homeless, when I had very few friends, or when I was making it, just trying to stay above water. Don't get bragging mixed up with the blessings of God. When God blesses you, when you suffer privately, God then rewards you openly. And so don't you let anybody make you feel bad about showing what God has given you. He'll reward you openly for the private tears that you've shed. Just want to share that with you. Stop having a crowd mentality and celebrate each other. We're in this thing together.
Coming to the stage, Mr. Ron Water.
You work all your life to make a name for yourself, and the girl you fall in love with ain't even impressed by that. I got an opportunity to do my thing on a wide scale.
How long would you be gone for?
8 weeks.
Stay here with me.
Janice wanted to come by and see how you were doing.
I hear you're gigging out here now?
Figured it was time to try to make a comeback.
I will do for you what you couldn't do for me.
How old are you, Ron?
44. Is that too old?
No.
How old are you?
24. Is that too young?
No.
I need to know that you're okay, that what happened before is not going to happen again.
You only did 20 minutes on a 45-minute set. You're coming up short.
Are you sleeping in the same bed?
That's what the blues songs is based on, man.
Who's the girl, Ron?
The girl that you with ain't really that crazy about being with you.
Does your wife know you're here?
But she can't live without you. Kim, I'm not interested in giving up.
You got a shot, and it may be your last.
spent my whole life jeopardizing my freedom, putting myself and family in harm's way. But was blinded by fake loyalty. I knew the game. You die by what you live by. Mom, I feel like I let you down.
You don't have to be a rapper, Rilla. You just have to take care of your family, that's it.
I don't trust a lot of people, but I trust you. I ain't do what you told me to do.
Are you sure you want to put your whole career on the line for this guy?
I'm gonna fix that.
We had you here before, so the time is now.
This time you will get the prize.
My great honor, the one, the only, Rilla!
The G is for the greatest, the R is for the ratchet, the A is for the almost famous and little bastard, the V is for the vehicle whipping with navigation, the Y is for the yes-man nigga, it's no relation.
What you need to do, just went in the house.
You know, what I gotta do is take care of my damn son. So let me.
Just made it into New York and realized that this is the day that my mother died 14 years ago, so it's a very difficult day for me. Happy to be home though. It's going to be a good week in New York. I want to take this time to wish the mothers that are still a part of my life that's holding it down. Alicia Robinson Cooper, Mother Virginia Bostic, Mother Ruth Palmer, and Mother Martha Kearney. Happy Mother's Day.